The consequences of every act are included in the act itself. Do your work, then step back, the only path to serenity. It shocks me how I wish for what is lost and cannot come back. There are people who have money and people who are rich. If those who are sent to draw water begin by drinking themselves, the army is suffering from thirst. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Learn from who you were, appreciate who you've become, and carefully invest into who you want to be. An over-examination of life can deter you from life itself. What is of the greatest importance in war is extraordinary speed. One cannot afford to neglect opportunity. Appraise war in terms of the fundamental factors. The first of these factors is moral influence. Dream big, wake up, take the first step into the unknown. Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than the one with all the facts. Never tell the truth to people who are not worthy of it. Someone else's progress doesn't make yours any less. After your death, you will be what you were before your birth. Until death itself comes, no calamity need be feared. When you are identified with the One, all things will be complete to you. It is hard work and great art to make life not so serious. That as long as we are being remembered, we remain alive. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. My only advice is to stay aware, listen carefully, and yell for help if you need it. Just because it's fiction doesn't mean it's any less true. Too many doubts grow in the cracks of silence and separation. The older I grow, the more I distrust the familiar doctrine that age brings wisdom. Hold yourself back, or heal yourself back together. You decide. I had forgotten how much light there is in the world till you gave it back to me. Look for the good in every person and every situation. You'll almost always find it. There's so much to be grateful for. Words are poor things. What cannot be said, above all, must not be silenced, but written. If the road is easy, you're likely going the wrong way. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling the truth. I know it isn't fashionable. Keep your best wishes close to your heart and watch what happens. Of all those in the army close to the commander, none is more intimate than the secret agent. A human being is part of a whole called by us the universe. Nothing makes a person happier than having a happy heart. Ability, experience, and books have solution for all the problems. I am not good at noticing when I'm happy, except in retrospect. I could die for you, but I couldn't and wouldn't live for you. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. If truth doesn't set you free, generosity of spirit will. If fate doesn't make you laugh, you just don't get the joke. Great wisdom is generous. Petty wisdom is contentious. Great speech is impassioned. Small speech cantankerous. If you correct your mind, the rest of your life will fall into place. Staying in the past won't help you move on to your future. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. It takes writing 1 billion bad words before you get to the good ones. Fix your mind on truth. Hold firm to virtue. Rely on loving kindness, and find your recreation in the arts. Creativity is intelligence having fun. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. Other people are only aspects of our own greater being. Hats have power. Hats can change you into someone else. Remember, if you play small, you stay small. Invincibility depends on oneself, the enemy's vulnerability on him. If a man takes no thought about what is distant, he will find sorrow near at hand. When you walk in silence, your excellence will always speak for you. Do not let the roles you play in life make you forget who you are. To touch the soul of another human being is to walk on holy ground. The only way out of the labyrinth of suffering is to forgive. I knew I was alone in a way that no earthling has ever been before. For we can only know that we know nothing, and a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Life changes very quickly, in a very positive way if you let it. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Heaven does without doing, through its purity. Earth does without doing, through its calmness. Choose to correct your mistakes, rather than comparing it to others. The truth will set you free, but not until it is finished with you. Sound intelligence promises victory in every battle. There is no place where espionage is not possible. Because people don't have wings, we look for ways to fly. Sometimes one pays most for the things one gets for nothing. Many things are not as they seem. The worst things in life never are. Find ecstasy in life. The mere sense of living is joy enough. He who steals a belt buckle pays with his life. He who steals a state gets to be a feudal lord. As long as you can use your hands, the world is your oyster. Be bold. Don't be shy to say no to the future you don't like. When inequality takes root, a garden of problems flourishes. It's not whether you got knocked down, it's whether you get back up. Knowledge of the enemy's dispositions can only be obtained from other men. Fear defeats more people than any other one thing in the world. All men know the use of the useful, but nobody knows the use of the useless. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. It's what's in yourself that makes you happy or unhappy. All paths are present, always, and we can but choose among them. If a general shows confidence in his men, but always insists on his orders being obeyed, the gain will be mutual. You're thinking about something, and it makes you forget to talk. I can't feel my tongue, but I know it's there because I'm talking. Life is an essay you yourself have to write, start to finish. Faith is a knowledge within the heart, beyond the reach of proof. Everything changes in my life, and the world stays the same. Patience and improvement is the key to opening the door to progress. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Without subtle ingenuity of mind, one cannot make certain of the truth of their reports. Genius is measured not by static volume, but by kinetic vision. Gratitude creates hope, and hope activates the law of attraction. Living never wore one, so much as the effort not to live. All the fish needs is to get lost in the water. All man needs is to get lost in Tao. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. Either in conflict with others or in harmony with them, we go through life like a runaway horse, unable to stop. A constitution that is made for all nations is made for none. We destroy in assumptions, but we do not build in possibilities.